The business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB is proudly brought to you by
MTN Business Broadband.
First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
Designed for the driven.
Hello there, and many thanks for joining us for yet another interesting episode of the business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB. And today, I'm coming to you from the office of a gentleman many of you love, many of you know, many of you admire a lot for all kinds of reasons, of course. What I usually say is that I love him because he makes my feet look so beautiful. Anytime I step somewhere, people look at me and they're like, wow, I love your shoes. I say, hi, you don't know. I have a secret weapon. Yeah. So today, we are at the office of Tony Senaya, Chief Executive Officer for Horseman Shoes. And in the next 21 minutes, you're going to have a very, very interesting conversation with him. Stay tuned.
When we connect, everything is possible. Whatever seems unreachable becomes even closer. Building partnerships, redefining the norms. Because when we connect, being there becomes possible, and new ideas come to life. Stay ahead and stay connected with MTN Business Broadband. Superior internet solutions that drive your dreams. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
Warrior to workhorse when you get behind the wheel of the new MG ZS. The luxurious sedan experience meets the rugged frontier spirit of the SUV. Indulgently generous interiors, hill start assist system for unwanted uphill traffic, and the touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay for easy mobile phone. Designed for the driven.
So, thanks for staying with us. And like I said, today we are talking about the Horseman shoe story. For some of you who may have heard or seen some of his products, I'm sure you know of, there's one thing you can attest to, the premium quality that comes with the shoes. If you've not seen or heard of any of such things, well, this is it. I'm wearing one right here. And I think I've done this for what, 6 years? I've been wearing your shoes for about 6 years now.
When you were at Joy,
hey.
When you were small, you're a big man. You're a big man, and you still stuck with us. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's the man, Tony Senaya, and Tony is the CEO of Horseman Shoes. Tony, many thanks for agreeing to do this.
Thank you.
We are really privileged to be here, and should I say we are proud of you? That's an understatement, you know.
Well, I mean, it's a journey that both of us have embarked upon. I mean, like you said, 6 years ago, you were still. You were buying us.
Yeah.
So we've done well. Congratulations to both of us.
Charlie.
And we are proud of ourselves.
Fantastic. I mean, fantastic. Again, his shoes are amazing. For those of you who have tried his products before, I don't even have to sell him. You know. It goes without saying. But for those of you who are watching this show for the first time, remember this show is probably brought to you by MTN Business. MTN Business is your partner for growth, and MTN Business has something very, very amazing for up-and-coming businesses, micro, small, medium-scale enterprises. Listen, you don't have too much luxury. You don't have too much money and too much time to be wasting on all kinds of things. All you have to do is to sign up for the SME Plus package by MTN Business. What it does is very simple. It affords you the opportunity to combine all the packages from data, SMS to call plans, everything in one package just for you. And it makes life so easy. On Mondays, for instance, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you're able to call all your partners, so from your clients to your workers to your business affiliates elsewhere, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., free calls once they are on MTN. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is very simple. Dial *5060 hash to sign up today, or you can also WhatsApp or call the number 0244-308-111 for more information. And then you stay connected everywhere you go. The show is also brought to you in partnership with First National Bank. It's the bank of the changeables. Listen, again, you know that when you're starting a business, you need a bank to be your backbone, to be there for you. The best bank to do that is First National Bank. It's the bank of the changeables. Now, it's the bank is actually offering you an opportunity to switch and enjoy 0 monthly account fee with any of their business check accounts. So it means that if you switch to First National Bank today, the first 3 months are for free. You don't have to pay anything for account maintenance or any such thing. Charlie, you know they're like this. What more do you want, right? So do that switch today. You are enjoying 3 months fee-free banking anytime you open a business check account between now and the end of the year. In fact, it goes up to September of 2022. So that's a pretty long period, you know. It makes a lot of business sense to do this. The impossible just got bigger and better with First National Bank. And I said, bank, it's the bank of the changeables. One small change you make today can make a huge difference tomorrow. Visit any of their branches in Accra, Kumasi, or Takoradi, or call the number 0242-435-050, and they will make sure to send one of their very friendly business bankers to you to start the switch process. First National Bank, how can we help you? Now, how can you help me? Well, just pay attention to this very interesting story of Tony Senaya. I don't want to be the one to say anything because he's here. So let's hear him. Tony, again, let me thank you for agreeing to do this. But let's start by asking about your story. You've done this for how long?
We are in the 11th year.
11 years?
11 years.
As an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Wow. How easy or difficult is the journey? How has it been so far?
Well, I mean, easy shouldn't be part of shouldn't be in the sentence. It's been very, very difficult.
Right.
Yet, I must say, it's been also been fulfilling because we have chalked some little successes that we have to celebrate because being in business in Ghana for 11 years is not a joke.
Yeah.
You know? So yes, the journey has been that of tears, blood, sweat, yes, and a few laughter here and there. But generally, it's been a very difficult journey.
Difficult in what sense? Is it in acquiring capital to start, or getting people to buy, or getting the know-how, or difficult in what sense?
So the challenges can be put in categories, and depending on how far we've come. So I mean, when you ask businesses what their challenges are, most of them will tell you is capital.
Right.
Yes, but we have gone past that stage. That is not to say that we've gotten capital. but as I sit here right now, our major challenge is human resource. Because we are in a space where we need skilled labor, you know. So unfortunately, we've gotten to a dispensation where the young people are not learning skills. They are not going through the apprenticeship system.
Yeah.
And this is not peculiar to only even the shoemaking industry, across board. So mechanics will tell you they don't have people they are training. Tailors will tell you they don't have people they are training. The reason why we will say that we are bringing in tailors and tilers and carpenters from
elsewhere,
and Benin and even Nigeria, because we don't have the skill. And those who even have the skill lack the attitude, you know. So where we are now, our main challenge is getting the skilled labor to work with. So that is one of the major challenges. And indeed, capital has always been an issue. So it's a myriad of problems. Then we have the statutory organizations, the government agencies on the other side.
The monies you have to keep paying, taxes here and there.
The taxes, the frustrations you go through, the bureaucracies and all that. So it's a myriad of problems to just to stifle your growth, if I have to say that, yeah.
Let's take it back a bit, right? Let's look at the beginning of all of this. What's your background to begin with?
I read sociology from the University of Ghana.
Okay, sociology. Okay, so a young man, very handsome guy, read sociology, a lot of girls in such classes. Then you say you want to be a shoemaker. Why?
So before I left Legon, I really wanted to work with an international NGO because naturally I love people development.
Okay.
You know. So those were the organizations I applied to. I remember I applied to Conrad, Adwa Foundation, and a few of them. But along the line too, I knew I wanted to open a vocational training institute one day.
Okay.
I had never come into contact with shoemaking. So when I was doing my national service, I had a pendant in the company car I was using. A guy walked to me in traffic.
Oh, you had a company car when you were doing national service?
A guy walked to me. I was selling beer, so I had a small van. A guy walked to me in traffic and called Amanfo. I went to Premier College.
Okay.
Then he said he lived at Aduato. Aduato is a suburb around Premier College. So I asked him, what are you doing in Accra if you are a Kumasi person? Then he said, oh, he learned sewing.
Okay.
But after weaning himself off his master, he didn't have money to set himself up. So he came to Accra to sell in the streets, gather money and go and set himself up. So it dawned on me that there are many of his likes around, who have the skills, but catapulting it into business is the challenge. So, well, I just said to myself casually, one day when I get money, I will build a vocational training institute and put all these guys together and we will produce and sell. Then when my sales were just about ending, I have a man in my house who had a very rickety shop who was making shoes. So after work, I'll go sit with him, have conversations, pull designs from the internet and ask Master Bit Naiwi. So I bought one pair from him, took it to work, and my colleagues liked it. They wondered how I could afford a pair, considering the fact that we were being paid 125 cedis then.
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, at that time, So no, they didn't believe it was made in Ghana. So those who knew where I lived will come and place orders. Then I had a friend at PwC who ordered a pair, took it to work, and then I started receiving calls. Then it dawned on me that it didn't really matter to the Ghanaian where the shoes were coming from, provided good enough of good quality. So for me, then and then I realized that there's an opportunity. On one hand, I knew shoemakers who, for them, will not sell even more than 2 pairs in a week. For them, it's just a vocation. On the other side, I knew people who were interested in getting good shoes.
Okay.
So I decided to make a business out of it. So I started ordering from the man, sometimes on credit. I will order for maybe 5 pairs, pay for 2, go and sell and bring back the balance. That is how I started buying from him. Then in 2010, I set up my workshop in Kumasi. Kumasi because that's where I grew up. Okay. Kumasi because by virtue of the fact that Nkrumah built the shoe factory, we have a lot of skilled labor in Kumasi when it comes to shoes. So I spoke to my dad and said, within their landlord association, there's a young guy who does shoes. Okay. So I gathered some pieces of leather and went to see this guy. He gave me 3 weeks to complete 20 pairs of sandals. It took him 3 months. So I asked him what the challenge was. He told me he didn't have all the equipment. So he had to go to town to finish off some parts of the job. So I asked him, if we want to produce under one shelter, what do we need? They gave me a list. I went to Kumasi magazine to ask around the price, noted down the prices, and then raised money. And then I started producing in August 2010.
When we connect, everything is possible. Whatever seems unreachable becomes even closer. Building partnerships, redefining the norms. Because when we connect, being there becomes possible, and new ideas come to life. Stay ahead and stay connected with MTN Business Broadband. Superior internet solutions that drive your dreams. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
Kwajo, I wish you well on your new job and place. Be fine.
Hello, Grandpa.
My grandson, I learned you are leaving your father's hacienda to go and increase your standard of living to an astronomical quotient. I believe that you are trying to bless him. This is my pneumatological aberration. From the Abinkunabolis to the eschatological divinity. I bought you these from the Makers Electronics Company Limited. Take it. Go forth and conquer.
My son, when you receive your first salary, next line of action, make sure so be to Trumikako, the Makers Electronics Company Limited.
Obewu the Makers Electronics Company Limited. Our Taifa Highway. Obesen Womo. Our Amasaman Zongo Junction. Asraman so omo Vaco Flats. Kumasi. Ahinima Kokobe. The Makers Emma up to 67% discount. Fred the Makers Electronics Company Limited is here. 055 22 22 253 and 055 22 22 254. The count is here. Called the Makers Electronics Company Limited. The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
Very, very impressive story. So you saw a need for quality shoes, and then you found a way to solve that problem and make some money. Was it lucrative though?
Yes, it has been lucrative. I mean, 11 years. If we haven't stopped amidst all these challenges, then yes, obviously it is paying bills. You know, it is paying rent somewhere. So for me, that is the joy that I derive from doing this. Right. Beyond myself, the people that I have been with for the past 10, 11 years, they come back to work because it has been fulfilling for them. So yes, it has been very lucrative.
Okay, there's an interesting question I want to ask. For some, it was 50 Ghana cedis. Just for others, it was other things. What was it for you?
I can't put a figure to it, but at that time, I think I was buying the shoes from, I used to call him Master Ifa. I think he was giving it to me at 60 cedis. So if I could pay for 3 pairs and ask him to do maybe 6 or 7. So it wasn't, I can't put a figure to it, but I remember when I was setting up the workshop, then I needed a bit of money. So my dad contributed, my sister also contributed. So I started with some good money, not so hefty an amount, but it was
so at least for you, it was 60 Ghana.
Well, I haven't said that.
Okay, so let's look at the process. I mean, now you've conceived the idea, you are trying to do it, and you're like, how difficult was it raising money to get it started, to get it off the ground, you know, as a real business? How difficult was it getting access to funds?
At first, I had to test the idea,
right?
And I didn't even know that there was a science to it. So when you do the journey and you go through some trainings, then you realize that, oh, you've been on the right track all this while. So how did I test the ideas? Through my friends. So when my friends buy, the reaction. So some were buying not because it was their friend who was producing the shoes. They bought because they liked it. So after doing that for like 6 months, and I realized that my sales were increasing, then I decided that, well, this is an opportunity that I can really take further. That is really the reason why I started around, in fact, 2009. That's when I was doing the buying and selling. Then I ran the whole year. And then August, I set up my workshop. So it was difficult. And yes, when the time came to get money to acquire the machines, in the books, they will tell you need family and friends. And now I've heard there's another F called fools. You know, so I fell on my first 2 F's, family and friends. Like I said, my dad was very supportive. My sister was very supportive. I had friends whom I called. I was in Kumasi and I called them, I need this amount. And no agreement, no nothing. They were willing to support. And I think it feeds into who you are, not necessarily the idea. You know, so I have built relationships over the years, so I have to fall on them to support me. So in the initial stages for small businesses, you don't need a lot to start. If you are unable to raise money from your immediate surroundings, then you have to relook at your personality, your relationships, and even perhaps the idea. So yes, starting, I didn't struggle a lot to get funding. And when I set up the workshop in August 2010, the first gig we did was to supply school sandals to a lot of schools. In Fancy Pim, we did shoes for GSTS.
How did you get those deals? I think that's the thing. How did you get it?
So, it was a very simple proposal I wrote. I think 4 lines, then I attached a catalog, samples that we have done, and I even took those pictures with my phone. So I printed them out and sent it to those schools. Some I didn't need, some I made the heads, some I didn't make the heads. So those who came and saw my samples called me, then we negotiated. I didn't know anybody. It was
no connection, no link anywhere.
Nope. I remember Accra girls, Auntie Vero, I used to call her Auntie Vero. When I went there, she had sacks of sandals behind her desk, and mine was even pricey. But she settled on my sandal because she admitted that the quality was there. You know, so it was that simple. But then I also learned a lesson in the. I would later realize that schools don't pay cash upfront.
Oh yes. Usika became kakra.
Yeah, kakra came. Kakra came. So it really suffocated me. So in 2010 December, even though I had done a lot of business, I've supplied a lot of schools. I owed a lot. I owed suppliers. I owed workers. You know. So anytime my phone rang, my heart skipped a beat and my mom asked me because no, it was a tough time. Because I mean, these guys were expecting money to chop Christmas, and schools were not paying me. So since then, I realized that it takes more than just writing a proposal and then agreeing verbally to supply institutions, and for that matter, transact any sale. You have to have written down agreement, understand their payment and all that. So 2010, even though it was exciting to do school business, it was also a very difficult year for me.
How did you maneuver that situation though?
I had taken monies from friends, like I said, some with very little interest, but because payments delayed, all my profits accrued into their interest, you know, so I didn't make any money out of it. And the profit margins too were very marginal.
Yeah.
So even though you are doing the numbers, there is very marginal profit margin and very marginal profits. And once payments delay, your interest also goes up. So eventually you end up paying everything back to where you took the money. So yes, I was able to. It took a while. I mean, it took 3 months, 6 months for some of the people who gave me materials and even some who gave me money to get their monies back. But yeah, because the goodwill was there, I explained to them. I answered almost every call, except when I was in trouble. I cannot answer them, so we cannot know. So when I get down, I'll call you back and explain why even I missed the call in the first place and plead for renegotiation. You know, I have one guy who at a point said, okay, he understands, so we should stop calculating the interest. When I get the money, I should come and pay him the principal and something small, you know. So yeah, people came through for me.
So for what would be your advice to a young entrepreneur who finds himself in a situation such as yours, except he may not have people who may be so benevolent like your debtors were? What would be your advice to him or her?
So first and foremost, you see, when you realize that you will not honor your promise or you not fulfill the agreement, don't let them call you, or don't wait till the time is up. Call them a day, a week before. That, Chief, I said I will pay you on the 11th of November, but looking at things, it may not be possible. So let me come for renegotiation. Because anybody who invests, they know that there are risks.
Of course.
You know? People get angry when you try to be dodgy with them.
Exactly.
But when you are so upfront with them, they understand. What can they do? They can't kill you because they also need their money. You know, so for me, it is honesty. Apart from that, I don't know anything else.
Is this something that's lacking in today's young entrepreneur?
Yes, please. Well, it is not only entrepreneurs. I think that even the Ghanaian people in general.
Ghanaians are not honest people.
No, we are not. You know.
Why? Why do you say that?
Normally, I would also ask, when we say who is the Ghanaian, what are our values? What are our values? What are we teaching our kids at home? What are we teaching our kids in school? And you see, the honesty is it sounds a very big word, but we live it all the time. Parents are in front of their kids
and they're lying on
the phone. Oh, so
the child learns it.
They learn it. So I always ask, what are our value system? You see, elsewhere we give examples, but we realize that the soft skills that we don't see is what is building those countries. You know, someone tells you, Jamie Junction, so I'll be there in 13 minutes. 13 minutes, I have no free feedback. Where are you, Meba? Where are you? Oh, I'll be 1 hour late. Let's agree, okay, I'll be 1 hour. But no, they will not tell. I'm on my way coming. You know, so it is not only the entrepreneur who is dishonest. I think that it is our value system, then who the Ghanaian is. Not until we are able to define who we are and set up values right from home, through the schools, to the churches, to the workplace.
For I can relate, honestly. If I want my cameraman right now, it's just like that. Why are you? Oh, what was me about? You know, so I get it. Yeah, but some would also say that some say these things because they are scared of perhaps the reaction that may come if they are to tell you the truth that, you know what, I said I would leave in 30 minutes time, but I'm here to even set foot out of my house.
Look, it's okay. Let the person get angry, but at least they know the truth. They will still get angry anyway. When you give them 30 minutes and in an hour's time you're not there, they will still get angry. So just tell them the truth. And these things, like they go a very long way to define who you are. And we lack it. Everybody, I'll not even mention the politicians, Asofo, journalists.
No, you are the politicians.
I mean, you know, so we tend to overlook these skills.
But they're very essential.
They are they make us who we are.
It helps build your credibility.
Exactly. Exactly. There are people who come here and they want credit. You give them the credit. When you call, they don't even answer. Call me and tell me, oh, things are harder for me, so I beg you, give me a year. Already you owe me. So 6 months, I cannot come to your house and drag you. But once you tell me, give me a year, I go to bed. In a year's time, I call you, hoping that you honor your promise. Rather than ignoring phone calls. And a lot of people do that. They go for money, they squander the money, and they run away.
You're really saying it as it is. And some say, sometimes it's not a very good thing for a businessman to be saying things so plainly.
But unfortunately, I mean, who will tell us the truth? If we can't be truthful to ourselves, you know, we disappoint customers all the time. I mean, when they place an order, we give them maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Look, we feel bad. Here, my assistants will tell you. When it goes beyond them, I call and I beg, I plead. You know, so I even tell them when they come and they are angry, let them vent. Encourage them to get angry. Because it's better they get angry and they express it to us than take that pain and anger away. So, I mean, we have to be truthful to ourselves, you know. That is the only way we can build this country, because it affects us in a lot of ways. The reason why you take your Christmas attire to the tailor and you tell you, Chief, Virginia next week. You try it. You sit there for 1 hour. Oh, I can call on my, but meanwhile, your fabric is under the power somewhere. Yeah, it's a society we have built, so it cuts across. So not until we look at these things, I'm not sure we can build that Ghanaian, that we can fulfill the Ghanaian dream.
The business edition of 21 Minutes with KKB was proudly brought to you by
MTN Business Broadband.
First National Bank, Bank of the Changeables.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited, large and in charge with quality but affordable home appliances and consumer electronics.
Designed for the driven,